that is the tougher side.
And here we go.
And just kind of clean, calm, and collected, which is what Jansen's got to do in this match. Stay kind of in control and loose.
She is telling the ref she needs a second there.
That's kind of what I'm talking about there. See how Lea Jansen is moving around, striking, favoring that forehand side, whereas Lina is probably going to favor that backhand just a little bit more.
And we're already at 2-0.
I hope at home they can hear the ball strike. I hope you all can hear that because it's just solid. I love that sound.
It's a great sound. It's
when you hit a ball cleanly.
And I go to sleep too.
You know,
listening to ball.
You got some pop behind it. Just a little bit long there. Lina trying to press forward, take up some space at that net.
Sarah, obviously we've just watched a great men's match. What do you think is the difference in men's and women's singles? Big differences in strategy, or?
I mean, I think, you know, the big thing, we may see a little bit more baseline to baseline. It's whereas the men do tend to press forward on pretty much every return. Women may be willing to do a little bit more of the baseline shots, passing shots, before they come in. As you can see now, Lina is looking to come in off that ball, bigger serve, but Lea Jansen just wants to kind of sit back on that and hit a passing shot to put some pressure on her. I mean, that's just clean, and that's what I'm talking about right there. Lea Jansen's going to want to load up for that ball, put pressure on Lina when she's at the net.
She looks very comfortable.
She does.
In that
calm,
position.
which is
very
what
calm and comfortable.
needs to happen. Lina's trying to get her feet moving, which is good. She's got great body language. Now that you could hear that sound too.
Sound was
just a
sound.
mishit. It happens.
I don't want to fall asleep to that sound.
No, you
Just
don't want to fall asleep to that? Yeah. You want that clock like that
Right.
nice, comfortable popping, not the edge guard shots.
What a ball.
That was a fantastic curve. You see Lea Jansen just kind of let it go. I think we all maybe thought that might have been going out, but
Yesterday it would have.
yesterday definitely would have, but that ball curved right in there, and that puts Lina on the board at 1-3. And I really do love when Lea gets low under that ball, and she has an amazing kind of top spin passing shot, like again a third shot. But Lina Padegimaiteat, she also does very well getting low under the ball. She's a taller player.
She is a tall player.
She definitely has some phenomenal reach. And I think that's the same thing. So Lea's going to try to, let's come in and take some time away, and Lina Padegimaiteat is just going to try to keep going behind her. And you said 3 balls right to those forehand space.
And that ties us up at 3-3.
And just getting a little bit of a miss hit. We do have some wind gusts a little bit.
That goes to show you kind of what's challenging just from day to day in one tournament. So
Absolutely.
one day you've adjusted for the wind to be a certain way, and then the next day it's completely different.
But I think that's your big shift with how we can go into progression draws now rather than playing everything in one day. Now that's kind of what I'm talking about. You're not going to see as many baseline to baseline like that in a men's match, but you will see it a little bit more in the women's. Nothing wrong with that. It's a little bit of preference, but also size. It's most of the guys are 6 foot plus. The court coverage is different. Lina is very tall. I will never forget we had this jumping contest between Bobby Oshira and Lina Padegimaiteat.
I remember that.
And
when the world sleeps, greatness rises. And while others dream of the next level, we chase it. Challenging every limit, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Because the next level isn't just handed to you, it's earned. Go next level with 6-0 Pickleball.
there.
I think everyone is residing in Texas now, Sarah.
It's Texas or Florida. I mean, I'll be soon in Florida myself.
You
so.
will. Took a little bit of a chance to see if that ball was out or in. I think she kind of had to go for it.
I think that's a tricky thing. You think a ball may be going out, but at the same time, the worst feeling in the world to me is when you let a ball go and it lands like 5 feet in. It's like,
we saw that a lot yesterday.
We did. We had that in my mixed matches the other day indoors with the fans. It was blowing balls in that was kind of out of control. So you gotta hit it. It's just a choice you got to make. I always say just commit to that shot once you decide to hit it. So it's Lina Padegimaiteat. She struck that ball well. She had a little confidence behind that, but it was a little bit wide. But again, she keeps hitting that ball. She's not going to have to worry. She'll make the adjustment in the next shot.
A timeout called.
A little bit of a lead here at 5-4. And that's, I mean, a fantastic serve. You could see the ball because it's right at the baseline that we're standing on. It had such a heavy, deep ball that was tricky and put Lina Padegimaiteat right on the defense.
I think Lea saw it a little bit there. She just checked the ball again. I think she even realized that ball really bounced off.
Want to make sure. And that's, I think, again, what Lea's doing well. She's settling into her shots and seeing the court before she's striking. She's not rushing through the ball. And actually, she was there. Lea Jansen was there for the ball. She actually overshot that, but fantastic setup from Lina Padegimaiteat. It's and that's what Lina's got to do. She's got to come in, kind of take up a lot of space, and make Lea pick her spots. She's got to force her to make that choice and maybe put a little extra pressure so she misses it. And there's a timeout. I got to admit, they're like having that outside observation is, even if it's just a little bit, is helpful. And that's what I love about Lina's game. She gets so low under those shots and just rips that ball with such pace behind it.
And once she does get to the net, she has such coverage because
Absolutely.
she is so tall, nice wingspan. So she was definitely there and capitalized on that.
And that's a ball that Lea Jansen's not going to miss a lot. That's probably a little bit more wind than that.
I think her face second that.
Her face.
What am
She's
I?
like, I'm not missing that ball.
What is happening here?
It's her forehand is fantastic. The way she moves around that and gets a lot of topspin on that ball. I mean,
Wow.
phenomenal point played by Lina and Lea on that one. The court coverage was fantastic on both sides. I don't think, honestly, either of them could have played that better. Sometimes it's just right spot, right time.
Sometimes the ball is just the right height too. To
Yeah, you know.
I think that gave her a little bit more to work with. Absolutely impressive. She got to her first ball. I did not think she was going to get there, to be honest with you, and she absolutely proved me wrong.
She had plenty of time to get there. And that's again a question on the call, which I do. We just happen to be literally at that baseline right there. I do think that's a tough one for that ref to call from that side, though. I think that's the frustrating thing. I think absolutely Lina probably did see that out. It's a very tricky one under the feet, but I think it did clip the back of the line from our angle.
I agree with you on that, but the ball is going back to Jansen. Oh,
I mean, that's a huge
outstanding.
point. That's great court coverage, and I think, and you're like, that was in. I know it was in, so it can get like, you could get hung up on that, but you can also get hung up on like, did I make a bad call? And so I think that was a good timeout for Lina to be taking. She's not going to spray a lot of balls like that, so I think
Looks like we're going to get up to game point here.
it does give her a game point. And Lina Padegimaiteat is taking a little bit longer to prep herself, which I think is a smart decision. Wow.
Ooh.
I mean, what great ball reading. And so we are coming back out for the second game. Lina is starting the serve. Here we go. And that's always the first thing, is when you get that side change, the first reaction you're making. It's very common. We're going to miss a couple of those balls because of the adjustments to the visual, the wind, anything like that, until we kind of dial it back in. I mean, it's kind of that same thing. Lea's just reading the ball very well. If you kind of looked at that, she was kind of like a hook forehand back here. She kind of was late for the ball, but she was able to kind of give herself some time on that.
So what's also interesting is neither one of them are wearing sunglasses. We're both wearing sunglasses.
We're both wearing sunglasses. And I think, like we talk about that, the ball safety now. Singles, there's not as many concerns. You're pretty much always going to see Lina wearing glasses in doubles. In singles, we don't have as many chances of being hit by the ball.
Just more about the sun in my eyes.
Yeah.
But I am a Floridian. We go everywhere with.
I mean, I never wore sunglasses in tennis, not until I started playing pickleball.
Was that a result because you got hit in the face, or you just decided to start
Not
pickleball?
sure how that happened. Well, I think that ball safety, I think I'm realizing how dangerous it is out there, and I think it was also about the importance of eye safety on the court.
So especially at the amateur level where people don't have their shots dialed in.
I mean, again, that's a fantastic point, baseline to baseline we're seeing, and Lea took the advantage when she could to come forward. It was the right move, and just kind of mishit that ball just a little bit. I mean, that's a
Great ball.
phenomenal point from Lea Jansen, and that's kind of like what I was saying again. It's that people often think the third shot drop is only for doubles, but in singles it's utilized so much. It is like when I teach a third shot drop, I tell them, think one, it's a long dink, that's all it is, and then two, it's more like a passing shot. It's an offensive shot. It's not about I got to get to the net. It's creating opportunity off of that shot. Jansen's coming out strong in this second game.
Lina taking just a moment there.
And there's the timeout from Lina, which is, I think she was maybe thinking about it. It's just, all right, so we are coming back in. And I'd like to see, I'd really like to see Lina be a little more solid with those volleys up at the net. I think when she's getting up there, making sure she's got the time to do it.
Looks like our score is lagging a little bit. We're at 4-2, Jansen leading.
So it's kind of, we've had a couple rallies like this where they've been a little baseline to baseline, and then Lina's hit a little bit of a shorter ball, allowing Lea to come in. Now that could also very much be her strategy to try to pass her, or it could just be her ball wasn't as deep as she wanted it to be.
Just to keep everybody updates until our score gets fixed, we're at 5-2.
And that you could see that's Lina's trying to hit those kind of drops down into the non-volley zone, try to get Lea to hit up on the ball. But I mean, nothing's really working right now. Lea Jansen's playing so solid. She's just, I mean, not missing a ball. I haven't seen her. The errors are so low right now.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Match at 7-2. And that's, again, fantastic coverage. I think Lina had an opportunity there, but maybe she rushed that shot a little bit, and it'll allow Lea Jansen to get back in and use that open space. And now it's at 8-2. I don't think Lea's missed a ball this
She
game.
really hasn't.
Which has got to be so frustrating for Lina. Her core coverage is so good. She's striking the ball well, but any day is any day. I think the confidence off of Lea Jansen right now.
She's playing very systematic. She has a plan. She's executing it well.
Yep.
Over and over. I know that must be frustrating for her opponent, but she is just sticking
to the game plan.
She is.
And it's given her a match point at 10-2. And that is match 11-2. I honestly did think that there's a good chance this was going to 3 games.
I did too.